right, guys, last couple of months, Denis Brassard up in Canada has been working on 2 new challenge locks. From the name, I'd say this is probably got some spools in it. It looks like a brand new cylinder. As you can see, it's on a Schlage keyway. And awesome. I was taking a look at these earlier. Take a look at the low cuts on this thing. I mean, Denis has clearly cut it lower than the maximum cut on both of those two. Really going to be challenging. The key does work. I really can't complain. It may not be good for, you know, like putting in somebody's house because the key would tend to break right there, but perfectly valid challenge lock. It is very, very smooth. Almost like it's on ball bearings. We got another one. That one may be brand new. And this one is an antique, and that key does go in there with a little effort. There we go. An old Yale. This thing's been around the block. I have no idea what any of these numbers mean or this tag, but Denis put this one on there. 116219. No idea. Maybe that's his phone number. Some of you guys interested in calling Denis? With work like this, I can understand why you'd want to call him. Again, with the extreme low cuts on at least these two, they go well down inside of that cut in the side of the key. Some you don't normally see, but for challenge locks, perfectly valid. Because you got the extreme bitting, and that's the purpose of the max code, is sometimes when you do that, it's a little hard to get the keys to go in there. So when your customer is trying to shove it in there, all they have to do is twist it just a bit, and they're going to break their key. They're going to be calling you back. But jiggle it, and again, it's like ball bearings. This thing is just perfect, even with crazy bitting like that. All right, let's go ahead, see if we can get this old Yale open. Let me clamp it up and see what Denis has inside of here. All right, guys, this is my 6th and final attempt. I have 50 minutes of failed attempts on this Yale. Whoever thought an antique would be this much trouble? I've already drawn some lines on there. As you can see, I've been trying to pick it clockwise. So I think this time I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try, let me get a rake here. I'm going to try to pick it. I may kick it. I may try to pick it. Tell you what, let's try something completely different. Let's go ahead and just do the overlift on this one. I have not tried that. And go counterclockwise. So, let's see what we got here. Top of the keyway, and it doesn't fit real well, but it's about as good as it gets. Let me shove everything up, put some pressure on there. Now I'm going to take my rake and see if we can't at least rake up a fault set. I can tell you there are a lot of serrated. Your chances of raking this open are like 0, especially with that bitting. We know what the bitting looks like, but it doesn't help. All right, let me try something a little thicker. I'm going to break that 15th. I'm going to use a 25 thousandth if I can get it in there. And just rake the devil. Okay, I do have a fault set, but I've had those before going clockwise. Let's try it counterclockwise. I'm also using my rat yoke. I'm pulling out all the stops on this Yale. So with rat yoke, I'm only going to use very light tension. I do not want to break this because I can't afford another one. I do a fault set, so I am looking for counter rotation. And you should see it on those lines if we get it. And I got nothing. I think there's a little bit on pin 2. Okay, I got a little click on him. Yes, I can't believe it. Oh man, that was 100% luck, guys. I must have raked up about 4 of those pins, heck, maybe even 5 of them, which is unheard of when you have crazy bitting like this. That is just unbelievable. All right, let's gut it, but I'll tell you, because this was 100% luck, let me zoom out. Denis, I'm going to send this to you. You kept me busy for damn near an hour, so you've actually earned this. And the fact that I got it open probably by more luck than anything else says a lot for your design, the work you put into this thing. Move everything out of the way. Put that over there. Let's get a pinning tray. Okay. All right, we do have a key for this thing, so lock it back up and let's take that tailpiece off. I think there's a really strong spring in the back there. It gets stuck at that same point every single time. All right, here we go. All right, we knew there were some T-pins in there, the way this thing was acting, and there they are. You know, these might even be pin and pins, which would explain my struggles. I'm not talking about my personal struggles, which I could go on all day about. I'm talking about my struggles with this lock right here. All right, we have this homemade serrated. I'll mess with him in a minute. He might be a pin and pin. Same with that one. He is definitely a pin and pin. We'll monkey around with him in a little bit more in a minute. Nice looking pin. This one I think also is a pin and pin. Yep, definitely. And number 6, homemade, very weird looking spools. Inside of here, just as we thought, they are all threaded, every single one of them. All right, let's before I really screw everything else up, let's at least get these in order and see if they are pin and pins. Okay, this one is not a pin and pin. It's like a pagoda style. I want to say serrated, but someone will say spool. I got it. This one I believe is pin and pin. Oh, don't drop it, Bill. You'll never find it. Yep. Come on, focus for me. Definitely pin and pin. And that's how it went together with the spool part on top. All right, okay, another one of the pagoda styles, just like it was in number 2. It is not a pin and pin. This one definitely is a pin and pin. And he is also put together just like the one in chamber 3. Just like that. And with the spool part up top, we got a little serration on there too. Very fine inner core. And number 6 is another handmade one, not a pin and pin. Certainly looked like it, but it is not. All right. Now we can screw up all we want to, right? I hope not. I've done that enough lately. Okay, here we go. All right, chamber 1 is a homemade, very deep spool. All right, number 2, homemade looks like. Also, we have a spool. It's kind of a hybrid. Come on. Kind of a hybrid. Got a spool on there and a serration on the top. And it's made out of a key pin, just like pin number 1 was. And same kind of spring. Number 3. Come on, focus for me. There you go. Again, homemade spool. Made from a key pin. Come on. Same spring. All right, number 4. Again, made from a key pin. It's a homemade serrated. I think Dennis glues these in there. Same spring. Come on, where's that weird spring we were looking for? It's causing that key to bind up. Might have just been the extreme bitting. All right, here we go. Number 6. Homemade spool with a serration at the top, just like the other ones. Come on. All right. If there's no super spring in this next one, I don't know what we're going to do. And there's not. Okay. This is a copy of an ASA. Sure looks like it. And I'd be surprised if we didn't find some undercutting at somewhere. And it is not a super spring. It is a normal spring. So all the resistance of that key going in that last 1/4 of an inch had to do with the extreme bitting. Okay, nothing else in there. No countermilling, no undercutting, no nothing. Just a standard stock body. All the magic was in the pins and in this threaded core. All right, guys, here's what we're looking at. Come on, Bill. Pick all this stuff up. Move that out of the way. Get out of here. Start cracking a whip around here. Is that awesome or what? A lot of work went into this lock. Dennis, you absolutely deserve this pack lock. Besides, I still got one to go. This one may very well whip me, but you definitely earned the pack, this specific lock for this kind of work. Appreciate it. Anybody, stay safe, stay legal, guys.